This video is sponsored by Adam and Eve, who is hooking you up with code HONEST for 50% off one item plus free shipping in the US and Canada. Some exclusions may apply. Adam and Eve promotes good causes. For instance, 20% of the profit goes to fight the spread of HIV around the world. They've been in business for over 45 years. So you support a good cause and yourself. So go do it, but after you get done watching this video, of course. Zendaya is one of the few Disney actresses that have obtained widely notable success outside of Disney, while playing roles that are vastly different from her kid-friendly characters. But while she was with Disney, like every other young marketable teen they had, they tried to push her into a music career. Years later, she seems to have abandoned that ship in favor of acting. But before we dive fully into Zendaya's pop stardom, I think it's important to mention, music has always been a part of her career. She was in a dance group when she was younger and was even a Kids Bop kid. She eventually landed a role in Shake It Up, which quickly turned her into a teen idol. She decided to use her newfound widespread success and make her viral hit Swag It Out, which was a power move considering she was a Disney star but releasing music independently. A music career always seemed like a natural progression for her. I think it's safe to say, the Disney machine quickly caught wind of her charisma, because from then on out, the Shake It Up series was pumping out catchy tunes. The first being Watch Me, which was a collaboration with co-star Bella Thorne, and became their first Billboard entry. They had a few spotlight moments together, and Zendaya primarily took on the lead vocals, and Bella would have a more talkative vocal delivery and rapping style as an added touch to their songs together. Some of those songs include Something to Dance For, which was a solo Zendaya song, Contagious Love, and Fashion Is My Kryptonite. All of these songs were considerably successful, especially within their target audience. Eventually, as Shake It Up was coming to a close end, both ladies branched out into their solo careers, with Zendaya having a far more stable landing. Her major label debut single Replay arrived in 2013, and it was pretty successful, and is often regarded as a fan favorite when discussing post-Hannah Montana Disney music. It became her first top 40 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, and showed great promise to who Zendaya could become as an artist. It's also the most successful song of her career and sold over 1 million copies in the States alone. The video was an homage to Janet Jackson and her iconic hit The Pleasure Principle. After the success of Replay, her self-titled debut album arrived, and I have to say, I think it's one of the most underrated albums from a Disney star ever, and a really good debut from someone with the Disney machine so intensely backing them. It's primarily an R&B and pop record with the typical coming-of-age themes. You can hear the Cassie influence on this record a lot, and it packs a lot of personality. It's not your typical exact album is all I'm going to say. And I'm not sure why Disney didn't promote it more. It only had one official single and that was The Lead, but aside from that, it flew under the radar. It did receive positive reviews, but it wasn't a massive album. If you plan to revisit this album or visit it for the first time after this video, my choice cuts and songs I recommend you listen to are Heaven Lost an Angel, Cry for Love, and Love You Forever. Those are my favorites off this album. Zendaya isn't the best or strongest singer, but she does have a beautiful tone that is perfect for pop and R&B music. It's also important to mention, Zendaya co-wrote every song on this album. That is almost unheard of for Disney acts. Having a writing credit on every single song for your debut album is insane. After her debut album, her music career was practically abandoned, and she continued to appear in Disney films and movies, most notably her own show, Casey Undercover. In 2016, it appeared that she was ready to make a comeback after her single Something New with Chris Brown was released. The song sampled Creep by TLC, and the collaboration was met with a lot of controversy for obvious reasons. I'm actually shocked that Disney even allowed one of their artists to collaborate with him, because Disney is strictly PG. But to be fair, her time with Disney was coming to an end, and I guess this was a step she wanted to take to break her good girl mold. It was also said to be the lead single off her sophomore album, and there was even a music video filmed. But it went unreleased after Chris Brown made insensitive comments about Kehlani, and ultimately, I think that was the best move. She was already receiving backlash for collaborating with him in the first place, but then he adds more fuel to the fire and gets involved in even more drama. There would be more promises of an album, but nothing came of it. Since then, Zendaya has been everywhere, from movies to modeling, and even some music. Her most notable shows and movies include Euphoria, The Greatest Showman, and Spider-Man: Homecoming. Even though her films and shows have had successful songs attached to them like Rewrite the Stars from The Greatest Showman and All For Us from Euphoria, Zendaya actually doesn't want to create new solo music, and her reasoning makes a lot of sense. I still love making music and I still get to do it through acting a lot of times, and being able to work on the finale song for Euphoria was fun, she says. I think the music industry takes a little bit of passion away from you, Zendaya revealed. It sucks you dry a little bit. What I thought I wanted is not what I want anymore, especially when I think about what I had to deal with in the music industry. If anyone asks my number one advice for the entertainment industry, in general, but mostly the music industry, is look over those contracts, every single word, and don't sign anything that isn't worth it to you. You are worth more than what they will say that you are. So it's clear she loves the music, but not the industry that comes along with it, which is understandable. She was young when she first got into music, and I'm sure her perceptions of the music industry were pure until she actually experienced it. Zendaya has proved that she can do it all, but being a full-fledged music artist just wasn't for her.